Welcome to Along the Forest Apps Road. Hi, I'm Tim Ard, your host for this episode. And our topic this trip is a 3-day workshop. For quite some time, Forest Applications has offered a half-day chainsaw safety and applications workshop, a 2-day hands-on chainsaw felling workshop, and a 4-day competitive-based CRT, that's competitive response training, chainsaw workshop for the professional loggers and other professional operators. With the onset of increased chainsaw operations with government agencies, cities, and towns involved in storm and hurricane cleanup, we have had many requests for a comprehensive chainsaw training program to meet these needs. For some time now, I've time-tested a 3-day chainsaw workshop that is comprehensive and gets results. For several years, we've called this our storm sawing workshop that we've held at Berry College in Rome, Georgia. We've had several students through, close to 100. They have all really enjoyed the process. So hopefully this 3-day will be an advantage to you in some way. We're also going to be holding this 3-day at the Biltmore properties, Biltmore Estates properties in Asheville, North Carolina. Will be taking place May 10th, 11th, and 12th of 2022. So that's going to be an exciting workshop. 12 available seats. There's 2 that are taken. So we still have 10 seats at the present to fill for that May workshop. That's our 3-day storm sawing workshop. This same workshop that we're showing you in this video today. Not just a presentation to pacify safety, but a program that covers work habits and productivity. We have found the chainsaw to be a widely underestimated tool in the workplace, and this workshop will prove it. On the first day, the program begins with a very interesting approach to safety, accidents, and personal protective equipment. Very few of the organizations we present to are aware of the OSHA and sometimes insurance standards requiring the use of PPE in chainsaw work. So an understanding of personal protective equipment and how it operates, why it's important, is a key factor in getting operators to utilize it. The employees are often sent to task without required personal protective equipment, or the employee doesn't understand the need for the items and thus doesn't use them when they are furnished by their supervisors. During this morning session, a chalkboard, whiteboard talk is given covering saw chain, reducing downtime chainsaw maintenance operations, planning for felling, limbing, and the removal of trees. The face notch and hinge are discussed so operators can understand the safety and its directional capabilities. A planning process is initiated that will become the basis for the entire workshop and in future workplaces. Then last inside, a discussion on ergonomics and position of the operator, saw run checks, and starting procedures. This takes us to the lunch break and or travel to a cutting site where a tree is to fall, be limbed, and bucked. If preferred, we do have a virtual program for the inside 2.5 hours of presentation. It can be viewed on a phone, a tablet, or monitor screen. It can be viewed either by individuals and or group settings. A virtual checkup can be utilized to make sure the participants are ready for the outside work. Then the hands-on portions can be held at a tree site. I then revisit the planning process, demonstrating height measure techniques important to a crew, and drop a standing tree to a specific target from the ground, using the chainsaw's felling sights. Discussions of planning, safety, notch and hinge, wood species, and scoring to evaluate the process takes place. Planning processes are discussed for working up the tree, bucking and limbing, and showing several techniques usually not considered by the participants. The group then participates in the first hands-on session, learning about the reactive forces of the rotating saw chain and guide bar. Then day 2. We start the day in a group of no more than 12. Each participant then plans and cuts down a tree with supervision, placing the tree on a specific target and discussing the results of the process. Each tree is discussed by the group, and different issues and situations surface that give new insight into the felling process. This process also sets up the storm pressures and binds to work with later. The participants compete against themselves for small prizes. They are given a scoring system for achievement. This process also sets up the storm pressures and binds for day 3. Points are awarded for planning hazards, leans, escape paths, how much hinge is needed, and how well they will backcut the tree. Bore cut, need wedges. How close did the tree land to its specific target? 1 foot away or right on? Height measurements are given to a specific point on the tree or the total height. This is accomplished with a stick from the ground. All participants are usually amazed as the results come together, and sometimes I'm amazed at the ability of the participants. Oh yeah, there's an extensive list of safety violations that cause point reductions too. Miss your ear protection before starting the saw, minus 10 points. Start the saw or remove a hand from the handles, and you could lose another 10 points. Safety features and practices are the basis of the competition events. Day 3. A quick review of tree felling and questions are followed by an extensive look at the techniques for limbing, removing hung trees, throw line and tip line use, wedging techniques, and finally the last group event. The group is divided into teams that will be assigned tree situations. Also, these teams will be checking their chainsaws for a reduced downtime and sharpening. One group may be assessing a hung tree, one may be on a wind-thrown tree. Another team may assign to assess and buck up a pile of trees, simulating storm damage. The teams are given time to assess the situations and make sure their tools are in order, and then they give their plan to the rest of the group, begin working the situations as all watch. This gives great insight to the other teams and usually opens eyes to how important planning is to reducing unplanned events, accidents. The results of this 3-day program are simply amazing. I can't tell you how many times I've heard, "I thought this class would be a total waste of time. What can we learn about chainsaws for 3 days?" The day ends with the highest scoring participants picking from prizes of PPE or maybe even a chainsaw. After the class, they all wish they had more time to discuss, practice, and see more. It's amazing. This workshop works. Don't waste your time on a program that doesn't offer true results. If you want to know more about the availability, costs, or just ask more questions, contact Forest Applications today. The training is hands-on, so the group size must be kept to no more than 12 students. Also, a field site must be available for trees to be cut down, limbed, and bucked by each student. There are often logging sites, lots to be cleared, or landfill areas available for this type of workshop. I am looking forward to discussing the workshop with you in the near future. Thank you for dropping by this episode of Along the Forest Apps Road. I hope you picked up something to think about. Please press the like button and subscribe. Check out our many videos on YouTube or our podcast series on Anchor, Apple, or Google. Also, our website at www.forestapps.com is an excellent reference to past materials as well as some great tips. We hope to see you along the Forest Apps Road in the near future. Until then, this is Tim Ard wishing you good sawing.